Twists and Truths presents The Secret Beneath the Silence. Silence can be comforting. It can wrap around you like a soft blanket after a long day. But for Lily, silence was a cage. Her home was quiet, too quiet. The ticking clock in the hallway was the loudest sound most nights. But inside her mind, there was no peace, only noise, whispers, memories, questions she couldn't ask, and one truth she didn't dare say out loud. The House of Shadows. Lily was 12 when she began to notice the change in the air. Her mother worked long hours at the hospital. Her father, a stern preacher, ruled their home like a man certain of his own goodness. Their house was always spotless. Floors polished, curtains drawn, smiles rehearsed. But behind the perfect image, something dark festered. At first it was small things. The way her father's hand lingered on her shoulder a little too long. The way his voice dropped low when they were alone. "You're special, Lily," he would whisper. "God chose you to carry my love." She didn't understand what that meant, not until one night when the house was silent and her mother was on a late shift. That night the quiet broke, and so did she. The secret. It happened in the dim glow of her nightlight. Her father's footsteps creaked outside her room, slow, deliberate. Her small hands clutched the blanket as the doorknob turned. The smell of aftershave filled the air. His voice, soft as silk, cut through the darkness. "Don't be afraid, sweetheart. This is our secret." And from that moment on, the quiet in her house changed forever. It wasn't peaceful anymore. It was poisoned. Lily's innocence was stolen in the very place she was meant to feel safe. Her room, her sanctuary, became a battlefield. The next morning, he prayed at the breakfast table as if nothing had happened. Her mother smiled, tired and distracted, and Lily sat there hollow, her cereal turning soggy in the bowl. The walls of her home became her prison. She smiled when spoken to. She sang in the church choir. She said her prayers. But inside she screamed. The weight of silence. She tried to pretend it hadn't happened, but pretending didn't stop the nightmares. Sometimes she saw his face when she closed her eyes, kind and cruel at the same time. Sometimes she heard his voice whispering those same words, "Our secret." She began to fear her own reflection, afraid she'd see something dirty staring back. At school, teachers praised her perfect grades and polite manners. No one saw the trembling hands hidden beneath her desk. At church, people called her a light in the Lord's house. No one knew that the same man who preached about purity was the one who had defiled it. She tried to tell her mother once. It was a quiet Sunday evening. Her mother was folding laundry when Lily's voice broke through. "Mom, what if someone you love hurts you?" Her mother looked up, startled, frowning. "Lily, what kind of talk is that? Has someone done something?" Lily froze. The words she wanted to say, "It's him, Mom, it's Dad," turned to ash in her throat. Her father's voice echoed down the hall. "Dinner's ready." Her mother smiled in relief. "See? Everything's fine. You worry too much." And just like that, the door closed on her chance to be saved. Cracks in the mask. As the years passed, Lily's body grew, but her spirit shrank. She learned how to survive, how to fake smiles, and how to stay silent. But secrets have a way of bleeding through even the strongest walls. Her father began to unravel too. The sermons grew more desperate, his voice booming about sin and salvation. He preached about forgiveness while hiding his own filth behind holy words. People adored him, the kind man who helped neighbors, who led youth retreats, who raised a godly family. No one saw the way Lily flinched when he touched her shoulder in public. Until one day, someone did. A substitute Sunday school teacher, young, sharp-eyed, and kind. She noticed Lily's trembling when her father entered the room. After class, she gently asked, "Are you okay, sweetheart? You seemed scared back there." Lily's throat tightened. Her lips trembled. I can't say. He said not to. That night, she dreamed of fire, of burning the entire church down just to make it stop. The substitute teacher reported her concern to the pastor's assistant. But when word reached Lily's father, he smiled a cold, practiced smile. "My daughter has an overactive imagination," he said. "I'll handle it." And he did, by reminding Lily that hell waited for liars. The breaking point. When Lily turned 16, her mother died suddenly. A stroke, they said. The house that had always been quiet now became a tomb. Her father wept at the funeral, his tears convincing, his voice trembling as he said, "She's with the Lord now, and I will take care of our daughter." But behind closed doors, his grief turned to obsession. He started reading scripture aloud to her at night. Verses about obedience, about loyalty, about Eve's sin. He said they were bound by divine purpose. He said she was chosen. That night, Lily ran. The escape. Barefoot, shaking, she fled into the rain. The streetlights blurred through her tears. She didn't know where she was going, only that she had to get away. She found shelter behind the old community center, collapsed in the shadows, and cried until her body went numb. That's where Ms. Rivera found her, the substitute teacher from church. "Lily?" she whispered, kneeling beside her. "My God, what happened?" And for the first time, Lily told the truth. All of it, every terrifying detail she'd carried for years, spilled out in broken sobs. Ms. Rivera held her, whispering, "You're safe now. I believe you." 2 words Lily had never heard before. "I believe you." They called the police that night. The reckoning. The investigation tore through the community like wildfire. People were shocked, outraged. How could he, the beloved preacher, do such a thing? He denied everything, of course, cried on camera, quoted scripture, called his daughter confused. But the evidence came. Diaries, hidden messages, testimonies from other girls he had counseled. The truth spread faster than he could contain it. When the verdict came, guilty, the silence that had haunted Lily for years was finally broken. But justice didn't feel like triumph. It felt complicated, because part of her still loved the version of her father she thought she knew. The man who once kissed her forehead goodnight, who taught her to ride a bike. That love twisted inside her, confused and painful. Healing wasn't simple. It wasn't cinematic. It was messy. It was human. The rebirth. Years later, Lily stood in front of a classroom, not as a student, as a counselor. Her walls were covered in quotes about courage and survival. Her desk held a single photo, her mother smiling, sunlight in her hair. A young girl sat across from her, trembling, eyes full of fear. Lily reached out, her voice steady and kind. "You're safe here. You can tell me anything." And when the girl whispered her secret, the same kind Lily once carried, Lily didn't flinch. She listened. She believed, and she knew that somewhere, somehow, she had finally broken the cycle. Closing monologue, the twist and the truth. Some secrets are buried so deep, they almost become part of your bones. They whisper that speaking them aloud will destroy everything. But silence is what destroys you. Lily learned that the hard way. Her healing didn't come from justice alone. It came from reclaiming her voice. The truth is, the bravest thing you can do isn't surviving what happened to you. It's facing it, saying it out loud, letting the light touch the darkest parts of you. Because only when you speak the truth can the chains of the past finally break. Twists and truths. Moral. Secrets lose their power when spoken. What is hidden in darkness festers, but what is brought to light can heal. The truth doesn't destroy, it frees.